All right, time for another update. I think we're about to move into the bloodbath phase of this intermediate decline. Um, I'm going to say this support zone right here at 1275, if that breaks, that's usually what unleashes a bloodbath phase is a support zone breaks, and then it just causes a lot of stops to get hit, and you get this wave of selling. Usually lasts 5 to 7 days is normal. I have seen them last a little longer, maybe up to 10 days. Um, but that's what's going on today. Gold is on the verge of breaking through this support zone, and if it does break through, then we're probably just going to unleash a lot of selling over the next between now and the FOMC meeting would be my guess, and pretty good chance we're going to come down to this 200-day moving average, and I would not even be surprised if they don't run some more stops below this 200-day moving average, maybe even down here in this 1240 to 1250 zone before we get our bottom. Um, but again, um, don't let your emotions take control. Uh, Understand what is happening. This is an intermediate decline. It's a corrective move off of this low, and it is going to create an opportunity. The bigger and more scary the correction, the bigger the opportunity. Perfect case in point, that correction into the December low, while it looked like the world was ending, in reality it created one of the great opportunities that we've had in the last decade. So don't despair that as this bloodbath phase starts to unfold, don't despair that that's the end for gold. It's creating an opportunity, and you need to be ready to take advantage of that opportunity. All right, moving on to the miners. At this point, the hedgies and the banks, they're going to be gunning for this gap right here. So the miners are almost certainly going to fill this gap, and we've got a 50% retracement of this rally. It comes in right around $20. The point and figure support zone is right around, point and figure chart support zone is right around 1950. So again, I suspect they're going to run these, or they're going to fill this gap, and probably going to run some stops below the 200-day moving average before this is over. But again, big opportunity coming. And then finally in silver, I see a lot of gold bugs, referencing the strength in silver as a reason for why the sell-off is going to be over quick. But I think you should be aware that what we've got here is a coil forming. It's a collapse in volatility. You can see it's just every day closes right about where it opens, even though we've got some long tails. And almost certainly what's going to happen is this coil, at some point, silver is going to follow gold. So this coil will probably break out to the downside. But what most people don't realize is that about 70-75% of the time, the initial break out of a coil is reversed, and you get a much more durable and powerful move in the opposite direction. So if silver breaks to the downside in the coming days, next week, that's not a sign that the metals are going to collapse. What you should look for is, it seems like this usually lasts 3 to 4 days. So probably what's going to happen is we're going to continue this churn, keep people hoping, and then we'll break very violently down, break out to the downside. That will cause despair. And then what happens is everybody just gives up all of a sudden, because everybody was hoping that the market that this was a sign of strength, and silver was going to you know, hold up and then break to the upside. And then when the price breaks lower, everybody um, gives up very quickly. They become despondent and they panic. And so the selling pressure exhausts very quickly. Everybody just gives up very quick. Usually, like I said, usually in 3 to 4 days, and then that's it. The selling is done. We reverse and and then start moving in the other direction. And then all of those people that stopped out during the break, they end up having to chase as price reverses and goes in the other direction. So this isn't necessarily a sign of strength. I think we're just setting up for a hard break to the downside as silver catches up to gold and miners, and um, then the break will be short-lived and will turn and go the other way. So I'm going to say probably the FOMC meeting, or maybe even a day or two before the FOMC meeting, we're going to get our final bottom here in the metals. And this is going to be a rare opportunity, um, probably the best buying opportunity we've had in metals since the bear market ended in late 2015 and we got that baby bull rally. I don't I don't expect the rally coming out of this intermediate low to challenge the kind of gains we had during the baby bull, but we could maybe do half as well, and that would be a tremendous move. So big opportunity brewing in the metals here in the next week or so.